Hello everyone, it's Karina. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be sharing with you all the design team projects that I made for Scrap Diva Designs. I'm a guest designer this month, which is super exciting. I had so much fun playing with all the dies. For all my projects, I did use this paper pad. It's the Hocus Pocus paper collection by Ideas de Papel. And the paper and the dies are all available at scrapdivadesigns.com. So I'll start off with these. I'm using the candy bag topper. This is the large size. And this is how mine turned out. You get 3 different designs for your candy, which I love that it gives you some options. And you can make these into a shaker if you wanted as well. They turned out so cute. I did sewing around this part here with orange thread. So this one's using the striped candy design, and underneath I'm using purple glitter cardstock. I made these bows for the ends of the candy. This Sweet and Spooky is from the cut aparts. I'm using my heart punch and then added these bats. And these are a die from my stash. To make the hearts pop out a little more, I taped black cardstock on the back. I also made this one using the heart candy wrapper. Did some sewing and white thread, added my bows and that same heart punch from my stash. And this one I did make into a shaker. This one's probably my favorite. I'm using the little pumpkin face from a separate die from Scrap Diva Designs, and I thought it looked really cute to add on the candy. Like usual, I added my bows. Did some sewing around this one as well. Super cute. Next die, I'll be showing you the bat shakers. I made a few of these, and I did share these on my Instagram. And I made them all the same, just different paper. And they all have the same shaker mixes. So I used different shades of purple, gold, heart glitter, orange sequins. I wanted to match the paper that I used for the base of my shaker, but you can't really see it because I did add a lot of sequins. But I think it turned out super cute. I'm using orange glitter paper for my bat border. Added this bat that also comes with the bat shakers. Made a bow and added a gemmy in the middle of my bow. Here's one using black glitter cardstock. And I just did the same layering for these. Here's one using purple glitter paper. And this is the small bat shaker. So it comes with 2 different sizes. The next die, I'm using Halloween Words 1, and I did do a few of these using different pattern paper and specialty paper. So these two say Wicked Cute. I did do one layer of foam on the words. But they turned out super cute. This one says Goal Gang. And for my words, I did use one layer of foam for this one too. For all my words, actually. I just love the pop it gives. Here is this one that says Halloween. I did do a few of these. Oh, here's another Halloween. Oh, I didn't realize I made so much of these ones. This one, it says Haunted House. And October 31st. I love this one. This next die, it's called Witch Hat Memory Decks. This one I also shared on my Instagram. I think these turned out just so cute. I made 2 of them. I made these bows on the hat and did a little cluster of flowers. And I'm not sure where that Hey Boo sentiment is from, but I thought it fit perfectly on the witch hat. It wasn't too big or small. And I did do sewing around this part of the memory decks in orange thread for more pop of color. I also made this one here. This October 31st is from the Halloween words. And I thought it was a little plain down here, so I wanted to add something on this corner. And these bats are the ones that come with this die set, the bow shaker bats. I made a bow out of this really pretty orange trim and added a pearl in the middle. So I love how those 2 turned out. I didn't get to play with all of the stamps that come in this die set, but it's the coffin stamps and dies. I made 2, which turned out so darling. I need to add some trim or something on these tags. This one says Out for a Coffin Break, and for the first layer it's kind of hard to see, but I did do stitching on the coffin with some gold thread. I popped the second layer with some foam. I did use embossing powder and heat embossed it. For my enforcer, I did die cut that in orange glitter paper. I also made this one that says Trick or Treat. And you can kind of see that layer. I'm using black foam. And I also used my embossing powder. I think they turned out super cute. This next one is called Cat Jelly Tote Bag. This one also turned out super cute. Looks like this. I die cut out her nose in hot pink glitter paper, and I'm using the same one to cover her ears just to add some pop of color. I also die cut the handle in different pattern paper from the collection. Here's a little close-up of that bow that I made. I'm using 2 different trims, and I added the skull in the center. I made a little dangle for the side using a bunch of different charms and things from my stash. For this part of my Jelly toe, I did use acetate and stitched it on. It's kind of hard to tell. Just to make it a little sturdy, but I didn't do it on this side, just the front. This one is one of my favorite projects that I've made. It's the Boo Mini Album, which turned out like this. Isn't that so cute? I absolutely love how it turned out. So for the Boo part, I did die cut those out in different pattern papers, and I popped it up on some foam and also did stitching on all of the letters. This girl is from the cut apart sheet. I did add a layer of foam to her. I made these flowers using the Tim Holtz layering flower die that I always use. And these bats are from my stash. I handmade these bows. And this hand die cut is from my stash. And I thought it looked cute on the cluster of flowers. On the side here, I'm using these two different trims from Hobby Lobby. And I made a little dangle for my album as well, using different things from my stash. I know this candy corn is from Michael's. These are from a pack of beads that I got at TJ Maxx or Home Goods. Home Goods, yeah, now that I remember. And then these I had in my stash. I'm not sure where these ones came from. These skulls. That's what this album is looking like so far. Super, super cute. This one is called 3D Coffin Gift Box. This is also one of my favorites. I made mine into a shaker. Of course, added another handmade bow. I'm using the cross that comes in the die set, and also this RIP that I glued at the top. These flowers are from Tim Holtz that I made, and I added it on top of the cross. I hot glued these little 3D spiders. And I love the size to this box. You can fit a bunch of goodies in here. For my last project, the die is called Crossroads Sign. I think they turned out just so, so cute. I made 3 of them. So here is this one here. I'm using Haunted from the Halloween Words die set, and this one comes with this die set that I'm using, the Crossroads sign. It says beware. Added my bow, of course, and added these little bats. I also made this one using October 31st from the Halloween Words, and this boo is from a separate die in my stash. I love this bow a lot. This trim is from Hobby Lobby, and then this one, I think it's from Hobby Lobby as well. But I like to add 2 layers to my bow sometimes. I think it looks really cute. I did add these little ghosties on some acetate to make it look like they're just flying around the sign. And for the words, I did use a layer of foam to make them stand out a little more. And I really like this one too. This one's using all of the words from this die set, which it's supposed to say beware of monsters. And I did die cut them out in different specialty paper. Added some bats to this sign right here. And I also did a stitching across the words. And did the same thing with the bow. And that's actually the last thing that I have to share. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. All these dies are available at scrapdivadesigns.com. Let me know which project was your favorite, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.